Nick, Nick, do you know anybody here? I don't have business cards. Dude, there's like 45 people here. What are we supposed to do? I think we're supposed to like be the thing. I don't know. Let's do it with Networking 101. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Networking 101 here on Adobe Office Hours. I'm Andrew Hockrattle.
I'm Nick Longo.
Dang it. Nick, I need to flip my camera because I'm so used to going this way, and now you're over here, and it's stressing me out. So welcome to the show,
No
everybody.
pre-show.
Yes. This is Office Hours. If you haven't joined us before, we're here to help you level up your creative careers. Nick, what are we talking about today?
Ooh, this is Networking 101. It's networking for anybody. If you've tried it a little bit, if you've never tried it before, beginner, intermediate, advanced, we are covering everything with this one. So I'm excited about this. It's my favorite topic.
It's going to be a good time. And chat, I need to give you some more real estate. Actually, you're fine. Whatever. You can subscribe. Let's leave the subscribe there. That's cute. Okay. So we are looking at YouTube chat as well as Behance chat. And if you're watching this after the fact, thanks for watching Office Hours. Big fans of you. We're fans of you. As always, we're coming up on year 5. The 5th anniversary of Office Hours is on the way in April. We'll be announcing some big changes to the show that you're going to love. It's going to be great, we promise. But I am going to be talking through a lot of advice for networking. And Nick, let's start networking with this. How did Office Hours start? How did it exist? How are we here?
Could it be networking at a conference?
Networking at a conference 5 years later.
In San Diego.
That's
Here we
it.
are.
Yep. So Nick and I went to a conference in San Diego called CropCon, and we decided that we wanted to go out for tacos. And did we know each other before that, other than like?
No, I think we had. I saw you at Max because you were making quite the little splash there.
That's right.
That year. I don't know if you remember. Trying to be the honorary party host for Max
remember,
Bash.
yes. Putting myself
I was like,
out
who's
there.
this guy?
Who's this guy?
Walking around in these flashy suits and everything. And then there we were a few days later. That was really cool that Crop was right after Max. So it was like, we got like almost this week and a half of like conference time.
Yep.
And and we knew a few of the same people. And again, probably the best kind of reason why you should go to these events in the first place is you just never know.
Yep. And someone's saying networking always feels fake to me. I need to learn the art of small talk. Well, stay tuned for this episode because we're going to go through all of that because it can be very fake. Yeah. But we want to build authentic relationships like Nick and I, lasting 5 years. Went from tacos
800
to
shows later.
800 shows later.
You guys know we exaggerate on that every day.
Yeah, if you're new here, we just make up how many episodes we have because we don't know. So at least 800, I think. All right, let's go ahead and hop in here and start talking about Networking 101. So, Nick, let's go ahead and... Oh, can I have full screen? Oh, no, I can't full screen this.
Oh, you can't? It won't work
because my screen. I have like a curved big screen and it's cropped to the side, so it would like crop all the things.
Let me get my violin out.
My screen is too big.
That looks good. Looks good.
This is good enough, chat.
Yeah,
chat. If you're
it keeps
mad
our
about
faces off of the artboard too, which is
and
really
chat,
nice.
Let us know. Let us know if the volume's too loud. I'm like leaving it louder because we're usually pretty soft, but let me know if it's too much. All right, let's hop in and let's talk networking for beginners. First, why? Why do you network, Nick? Give us a rundown of why we should network, and maybe a little bit like of networking versus like relationship building, or like why are we calling it networking?
Yeah, the idea here is it's like you're taking advantage of being in a space, virtually or not, right? It could be realistic, could be virtual, and taking advantage of that spot because you are in the room with other people that could possibly help you or vice versa. So it's this idea of like opening doors, keeping your name fresh on the top of minds of folks as well. It's not just job hunting, it's everything else, right? It's learning, mentorships, staying inspired. I think too, that's one of the coolest things too, is just networking, to have a network, to have people to like see their work and get inspiration from. It's not about like, what could you do for me? It's also like, how cool of an artist are you? I'd love to get some inspiration from it. So even in that tough time where it's like markets like this and everything, the job market's so tough, this is where the unexpected can happen. But again, you just don't want to leave it up for chance. So this is what we're going to talk about to make sure that those moments of opportunity happen for you.
Yep. And an interesting thing about this is I heard somebody describe it in the best way of why we network, why you want to meet people, why you want to get into creative community is, oh, hi, Nick. Nick's cursor just went across the screen. If you didn't see that, it's because Adobe Express has live collaboration. There we go.
Oh, that's right.
Product blog.
Hi.
So the reason for that is they made an analogy of if you were making designs with one Pantone color, you wouldn't be able to see how creative it is. And so being able to meet new people is like putting swatches in your book. And then you're able to like build in this network of feedback and get inspiration. And you start to make these like color palettes. And then everything you work on becomes these color palettes of like things that you've seen and people that you've met. Like so much of my work is inspired by conversations I've had or perspective I've gotten from a conference. And it just turns into this big book of different colored swatches that you can piece together to make these palettes for each project. I thought that was the greatest metaphor for like why networking is so important.
Love that.
Yes. And I'm so sorry, over on YouTube, someone is asking if we speak French.
But but Adobe Firefly will be able to change this
one
day.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. We are going to give you advice here. And chat, I think this is going to work. Hold on. Okay. So here is the takeaways from this. And Nick, we'll throw this slide. I'll throw these slides up for everybody in our Discord, discord.gg/ACC.
Perfect.
So we're going to show a quick feature right here. I'm going to click on this and go to translate. And I just want to do this page, which I think is page 2.
Yes,
go to
correct.
page 2. Okay, translate to, do we have French in here? Please have French in here.
Of course. It's got to be there.
Okay, French right there. Okay. And then we're going to hit translate. Do you speak French? Why,
voila.
Yes, we do. Voila.
Voila. That's right. It's with a V.
Okay, there we go. Pour
everything.
Gare de resuatige. Wait, hold on.
Oh, it changed office hours too?
Yes. Welcome to
See? So you asked and we delivered. There is your French.
There we go. That is the French
fantastic.
that we have using Adobe Express. And if you're creating in Adobe Express, really easy to mix it up. All right.
That's great.
So next up, we have the facts. The more people you know and trust, the more people who know and trust your work, the more opportunities will come your way. Nick, how many of the jobs that you get each year are through a person that you know or a connection that you've made?
I could suggest or even say at least 80 to 90%.
I'm thinking that too.
It's really that high. And we were talking about this earlier. A lot of times it's like the more you have time in this industry, obviously the better your network is and stuff. That's a goal for sure. The first few years, maybe it was 20, maybe it was even 15% of that time. But again, as long as you have these folks that are in your network rooting for you, being an advocate for you as well, those opportunities have to broaden and get better and better. So use that as a goal, because it's been a long time working at it, and it's like it really does pay off. It's like a bank. The more you deposit into your network, the better you can actually withdraw. Hey,
I just wanted to get the text a little bit bigger, but that's too much.
Oh yeah, because it looked a little bit pixelated.
It's a little small. Yeah, it was hurting me.
No worries.
And so with that, Nick and I were talking before the show as well, that if you build a good network and if you network well, if you are in time of need, there will be someone there for you. And Nick, just like you said, it's like a bank that you invest and you invest.
Exactly.
And when you need to make a withdrawal, you're not straining the relationship because you're not withdrawing. You're just taking out interest, right? So over the year, you build that interest and that relational equity. And when you need something, you can make a withdrawal, but it's just interest. It's not hurting the relationship or taking anything from that relationship. So,
and it goes vice versa as well.
Yep.
So hopefully you can help somebody else along the way too. So it's great stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how to do that online and virtual. So Nick, you want to hop into these?
Yeah, we broke these up into all the little areas that networking exists. And the first area, thanks to kind of like over the last 5 years, has become this online and virtual area and space. It's leveraging anything digital to connect with other people, potential clients, industry leaders. But the best part is you could do this in the comfort of your own home, and it expands to anybody in the world. So great to see some of these ones. Just in the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 real conferences and one virtual one. And it's really amazing to see how much they are built on the same structure and the same kind of like formalities as it goes. So why does it matter? The biggest fact we can find was 70% of job seekers find that their next opportunity through networking somehow. And like we just said earlier, I say we're at the 80 to 90% in a lot of this way. I don't think there's anything cold as far as a cold introduction actually happening quite like actively in at least my world, right? It's just rely on that. Second, online networking helps break geographic barriers, just like we said. It's a global thing. So the connections, look at through Adobe Live and the folks that we've connected with and all of the countries that everybody kind of represents throughout our chat and stuff like that. It's so great.
Yep.
And then last but not least, designers who actively engage online receive 2 times more inquiries than those who don't. And I would almost like bet it even goes more based on your input and how much you engage with that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep, I totally agree. And it's putting your work out there, but also like connecting with people and like having conversation about work that you put out there, having conversation about work they put out there, right? And kind of helping people understand that it's not just the image, it's not just the reel. They can really like dive deeper into the conversation of what was your thought process and that kind of stuff. I think is really good, especially for virtual stuff. Also, Chad, I figured out how to make it full screen. So
look at that.
We did it.
Looks so good.
Okay,
right.
So where do we start? Instagram, great.
Great one.
Instagram, okay, this is maybe a hot take, Nick. Tell me what you think about this. I think that Instagram is more for following people than posting content. How do you feel about that?
Ooh, well, but a good percentage of people have got to be posting more than they are following to have enough content out there, right?
Yes, that's
so
fair.
I guess you get to choose where you want to be.
Yep.
Like my posts have been very, very rare lately. It's just, you're right. I'm almost on there to get a vibe of what's out there, what people are doing and things like that.
Yep.
But if I needed to make a bigger splash or to take advantage of online, Instagram would be my place that I'd be putting everything. The beauty is, let's talk about Express. You make something on there and I make it for Instagram. With one click, I can make it for LinkedIn. With one click, I can make it for something else. So just remember, you make it once and you can kind of format it to anything. So I kind of think this is a great place if you need to start somewhere, because it's free. 2, I feel like it's very safe waters. It's visual first as opposed to maybe other parts of online components that feel a little bit more like intimidating. Like, I don't know if I can post here. I think most people feel really comfortable with it.
Yep,
right?
I agree.
So that's great.
Nick, Facebook groups. So Nick made these slides and I am like so interested in Facebook groups. This is like a kind of a good idea because I'd imagine that those are popular and active, and I would not even think about those as a means to connect with people. Right.
The only reason we didn't put LinkedIn votes groups here is because that's a whole topic on its own we're going to talk about at the end. But if you were to kind of look around and be like, where else can you just do more than just post? The group sections on Facebook have become really, really popular to use. And in most cases, you might find something local that's kind of cool too.
Yep.
But you found it via online or whatever. But the nice thing about this is those communities do exist. There might be stuff specifically in a genre or a niche that you do. It could be like illustration or something else. It could be photography. So it is a unique area to go to as well. So just don't miss on that.
Yep. And chat, we forgot something. Today is going to be a podcast episode.
We didn't say that up front.
Well, we have slides. We have slides, which is fine. So you can't watch the slides, but if you are watching this and you need to go do something, we always say, if you need to do something, let us help you with your creative careers, but also just like life. So if you need to do laundry, if you need to wash the dishes, if you need to clean up your apartment, turn up the volume and just put it full screen so you can see our notes from across the room and go do what you got to do. And let us know what you're doing if you're multitasking, or go work on that project that you need to. We got a little bit left. So yeah, do that. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Also, just as a call out, since we're already off track, does Wade speak French? So Wade is our moderator. Has been our moderator for a long time. We have a red phone that we use every now and then, which we haven't used in years, that if we need to call Wade, he comes in. But Wade's been our moderator. And we learn new things about him every now and then. And he has been responding in YouTube in French. Wade, do you speak French? Also, Wade, introduce yourself to anyone who is new. Wade is our moderator. Who
also, how dare you?
Yes, and he's been our moderator for 5 years, and neither of us have ever met him. But Wade's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and hop in back to our slides and talk about Slack communities. I love Slack communities, and I'm a part of a few Slack communities. One of them is like 6 years old. Like, it's been a long time we've been in the community.
Yeah.
What online communities are you a part of?
I have on Slack, we have a self-built one. I think we're up to about 20 people. And everyone basically shares. We have a few little channels on there, but it's pretty open in the main one. But it's all about like, someone might just chime in and be like, I got this brief. I'm putting together a unique little proposal for it. Do these numbers look good, right? Or does anybody know a better way to outline this and get it done for t-shirts or whatever it might be? So it could be it's just this like hodgepodge of great information that we could share and kind of just, and it's also like, go over hardships, go over things that like, oh, what's bugging you? Like, oh, I got through that this way or whatever it is. You can form your own. These are just examples of ones you can join. But what I would suggest is if you have 5 or 6 friends that are all in the same thing, start one and you'll be surprised at how it kind of just snowballs. You might have 4 or 5 days where no one's talking, right? But the cool thing is it just kind of, keeps the flow going. And I love that.
My favorite about Slack communities is it feels more intimate. And so, like, if you're frustrated with a client, you can't do that on Instagram or Facebook community. You can go to Slack and be like, guys, I'm literally losing my line. This client wants a million revisions. They're picking the worst idea, and like vent a little bit to get to a better idea. And there's like support for you. You also can do that here on office hours. If you want to vent about your clients or anything, I don't think that the chat stays with the Behance. It might stick with the Behance, and I know it stays with the YouTube. So if you need to, you can do it, or you can go down to our Discord, discord.gg/ACC. There you go. And you can be mad about your clients there. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're mad about our clients all the time, but we can't talk about it because this is on the internet forever.
They're all angels. Are you kidding me?
Honestly, no. I'll go with my clients on blast right now. What are you doing, Southwest? What in the world? Okay. Sorry. Here we go. Okay. Well, we'll continue on. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Behance.
Last but not least, Behance.
Last but not
least,
Behance.
area.
We love Behance. We love uploading our work to Behance, and obviously, great place to connect right here on Behance with Adobe Live. There's always live content coming to you. Adobe Live on Instagram is also really great. I think longer designs on Instagram, Hawk.co on Instagram. Neither of us post very often, but when we do,
we do stories. We're storytellers.
We're storytellers.
Storytellers. Come on. The post, and then I'm committing to the three square grid thing. So, and then they ruined it for us with the come on.
Don't get me started.
Just stay with the square. Stay with the square. I do want to mention one thing about the Behance thing. There was a lot of good info talking about how agencies are on there looking for exactly what they need. They know they've found Behance to know how to find a specific person in a specific industry. And then your work's right there, and contact me is right there.
And chat, you can get hired on Behance. You can look at job listings on Behance. You can sell goods on Behance. There's so much
Put your pricing
on Behance. And get paid directly through, you get Stripe, you get paid to the contract, get paid to your Stripe account, half up front, you put however much you want on there. It's incredible and easy. It's great. Okay. Man, today is a little bit of a spicy day, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. So chat, Nick has given you homework. I have helped you cheat on your homework is what's happening.
We're teachers. We know how to do this, right?
Yeah.
I have to put this now on the back of every little category. Here's some homework.
All right. So we have a lot of homework and that is assigned by Nick. He's giving you homework. I'm going to help you cheat
Blame
on
it
that
all on
homework.
me.
It's Nick. I'm going to give you cheats on that homework to help you out a little bit if you don't have time.
There we go.
If you do have time, please, in our Discord, discord.gg/ACC, go and post your homework for the week. So Nick, our first homework for the online and virtual networking section. What do we need to do this week?
Well, if you're not already doing this already, please follow 10 designers or studios that you really admire. They might be in the niche that you love. They might be something totally different. I find I'm following more and more people that are different from what I tend to generate and make as far as creative, or the people I know mostly. I want different inspiration. So I love that.
Yep.
Second, post a project or a work in progress kind of thing or behind the scenes thing. Those are really the ways to get more people engaged, to either follow, to comment, or to even like. So a lot of times if you just see something and it's finished and done, great. But people want to see process. They want to see that kind of behind the scenes kind of angle. Why not try something different there as well? And then at last but not least, all those groups that we were talking about and things like that, find an online community and introduce yourself. You can't just join and hope things are going to come to you. That's your first choice. Go introduce yourself, who you are, put the link to your resume or to your portfolio. Super simple.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
If you want to cheat on this, super easy way to do that. Here we go. I hope you cheat. So here are some people for you to follow. It's not the full 10, but I gave you like 5 to get you started. Nick Slater. Incredible designer, unbelievable designer. One of my favorite designers. Plus he has puppies. He has corgis. So if you want a little bit of corgi content,
greatest logo ever.
The greatest. So go check out Nick Slater. Young Jerks, the Dans, your new dads. They are incredible. They are the fathers of design. Right after, I think that Tad Carpenter is like every designer's dad. And then we have Dan and Dan are like the fun uncles. So go follow them. They are Young Jerks Studio. There are some more people in the studio with them. Chutzpah, we know them. Amy and Jen Hood, big fans of the show, big friends of the show as well. Good Type, Ilana, and oh no. My brain's going to explode.
Oh, I have it on Slack here somewhere. Only because they are coming on the podcast.
I'm going to explode. Okay.
I will find it here. It is Katie.
Katie.
There you go.
I knew it was like an IE. Okay. Alana and Katie.
Thank you, Slack.
And then Baby Grand, one of our mutual friends, Baby Grand, Chris Porter, is over at Baby Grand.
The man, the myth, the legend.
He's
yes.
awesome. He's great. Which
Cool.
I think a lot of these, Nick, are people that you've had on your podcast. And
Pretty
so we're
much.
going to hop over back here.
Yeah.
And Nick, I'm just going to duck out and you just plug your podcast. Here we go. Go for it, Nick.
All right, cool. Deeply Graphic Design Cast. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We are a video podcast now. I think we've done 20 in the video format as well, and 250 in the library. So go check it out. Thank you for that.
All right,
now back to our regular schedule
this
programming.
is a sponsored segment. All right, so hopping
Love
back
it.
in. I just want to give you the stage. Okay, here's the second cheat. If you need to make content to put it out there and do some behind the scenes, just use Adobe Express. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And
You have no excuse.
We're 2 for 2 with Chris Porter call outs today. Did somebody else call out Chris Porter, Wade? Maybe he was called out somewhere else, but we love Chris. Big fan.
Nice.
Yeah. And other people to follow or shows to follow, I wanted to call this out. Roller Troll. It is over on Twitch, the Adobe Live Twitch channel, which we've spun back up again. And it's Wade's show. If you like us, you're going to love Wade. He's great. He is incredible illustrator. It's a really, really fun time over on Roller Troll. I believe that it is kind of like RPG based. And so you're doing some like decisions with Wade. He's helping to illustrate. So Wade, give us a rundown of the show and then also give us a link to a recent episode.
Yeah,
I think it
'cause you
happens on Mondays or Fridays. Sorry, Wade, I forgot what it is. And Ryan Selvey also called about on File New, one of our other favorite shows. All right, discord.gg/ACC. That is the easiest place to get connected.
That's a given.
I don't remember what the homework sheet was on that, but you can do it there. Okay. I talk too much in between the things that I'm supposed to be going through. Okay, local meetups. Here we go. This is a great way to meet people. I've done a couple of my local meetups. Not for me, but I am going to keep trying. I usually go out a little bit further to LA. My local meetups are very like government markety schmoozy.
Yeah.
And I've gotten work through them.
That's typical.
And it's been
in most
fine.
towns, right?
But yes, it's not like my favorite work, but I have gotten work. So if you need work, you can go to those and find a good local meetup. Creative Mornings are great. We're not going to talk about those yet. I'm sorry. I gave away.
That's okay.
Okay, Nick, go ahead.
They all kind of
talk about what these are and why they matter.
I love this too, because you just don't even know, like there could be great opportunities right next door. It's such a great opportunity to meet other business owners, which is awesome to do as well. This is also like, in most cases, the local meetups aren't going to be always all design or creative based people too. Yeah. So one of my favorite lines is be the only designer in the room. And this is where it really kind of plays off.
Okay.
right?
Yes.
That's just the coolest thing you can do.
Yes. And here's the thing. And hi, Ryan Selvey's here. Ryan, we were just talking about File
What's up,
New.
Ryan?
We talked about Chris Porter. So it's Chris Porter Day today on Adobe Live. Officially Chris Porter Day. Ryan is saying government marketing is schmoozy. Yes, but Nick, you just made a really interesting observation. Is if you're the only designer in the room, that means that you're the only one with like the skills to offer. And I think
opportunity, knocking right there.
This is a hot take. I tell people that they're like, what's the best place to get a job? First, I'm like, go on Behance and get a job. But second, I'm like, go to LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is that. It's a bunch of people who are business people with budgets that don't know how to design. And you are posting this cool creative work for a campaign that you're doing, and they're going to want to throw money at you. It's a good spot. So go to local meetups and be in your I'm the creative zone and none of you are, but I'm going to be the coolest person here and you're going to want to hire me. But then also go to some fulfilling things. Okay.
Oh yeah. These are great. I think it's a great spot to also truly meet some of the other folks in your neighborhood.
Yep.
I think we did I think it was Jeremy Slagle. Is that correct?
Yes, I was just going to talk about Jeremy Slagle earlier. So he had
a great quote on our podcast saying your next opportunity could be right next door and you don't even know it.
Yep.
In your neighborhood.
And if you're not following Jeremy Slagle, we'll put him on the cheat sheet here. Jeremy Slagle. Wait, am I going the wrong way? Wait, no, don't look at the homework yet. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Follow Jeremy Slagle.
There you go. Perfect. My favorite thought was when we were coming up before this, Andrew goes, I'm adding a little fun to the slides. And of course it's the cheat sheet to my homework. 100%. That was the best.
Yes.
So but this is great. This is all you want to do. You want to make sure you are thinking a little bit more locally too. Because again, the surprise could be right there. I love this idea that in-person networking can make you 3 times more memorable than online interactions. So just keep that in mind. Online is there as an alternative, but nothing beats the real deal. So.
Yep. And I think both of us, Nick, what we post online or show online is a different version of how we are in person. And I think we both are able to network and build those relationships in person with personality that we wouldn't do with work. And I sometimes think that it's not for all people that if you're shy or you don't like going to meet people or whatever, then put more into the work that you do. I know designers who have this persona in the work that they do, but then in person they're just hey, let's hang out. So I think that there are multiple approaches that you can be memorable from your work and you can be memorable from in person. You can do either of those. So don't feel like you're missing out if you're not one of the people, you're not outgoing or you're not an in-person person. It is still important to show up though.
I think it's important to say too, you can become the extrovert in this little network. I was such the introvert the first few years of going to these things. I had felt like imposter syndrome. I have no reason to be here. Can't add any value. Just coming from these last 2, it's a 180.
Yep.
I'm the one going up to complete strangers and going, what brings you here? Never in my wildest dreams did I think that would be who I am. So get better.
Pruva, where are you located? Where is your general vicinity? Maybe we can recommend some. They're saying, I just cannot find locals. Well, maybe we can leverage some of our network to help you. So let us know where in the general, what city you're located in, and we'll see if we have anybody there for you.
Perfect.
All right. Where to start? This is a really great. So you can start with us.
And let's answer her question right here.
We know a lot of people that in different organizations that we might be able to help you. So you can ask us, leave it in the comments, or just ask live if you're watching live. And Nick, where do we start? What resources do we have?
Yeah, I asked a few folks too on this one too. Primarily my students mentioned meetup.com. This is a great thing for even local art fairs or things that are happening in your area. They don't have to be a meetup where everyone's just going and talk. It could be anything that you could just be enjoying other people's creative, maybe speaking with a few others, sharing a business card, whatever it is. Next up, Creative Mornings is a fantastic one as well. And that there been huge announcement that it's partnering up with Adobe as far as something really cool there. You got free monthly events in cities worldwide. And that's the one I think I hear the most of from people that you talk to in different parts of the world, that's the most common one that I think people are because of just the network it has.
Yep.
And then last but not least, the small business meetups as well. These are very easy to find as well. Even if you're not a small business owner just yet and you're doing a side hustle with a 9 to 5, go to one of these things. You have no idea how many people there probably need branding or some graphic design work or whatever, and you're their first kind of like person that they're meeting in that complete thing. That's one of my favorite things is when they're like, "Wait, you're a designer?"
Yep.
It's like, oh, just like every little idea just comes right into my mind.
Yep.
Awesome.
Also, someone said they'd message me the location so we can look into it. And chat, I just opened my Behance inbox, and I just want to apologize on behalf of my inbox. There are messages from 2023 that are unread in this inbox. I'm so sorry.
Those are that's a tough one to get to every time.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Because you don't get notifications unless
chat,
you probably have it on the app or
me,
something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so great ways to do this. Another place to look is AMA, American Marketing Association.
Yeah.
It is adjacent, but it's a really great way to like look for stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, you know what just maybe that you brought up a great idea. Our AMA and our Saga account, those are the marketing and design kind of clubs throughout all of the country at different universities. If you go volunteer and do a conversation or a talk at a local school, talk about being like networking.
I want to do that.
Right? There you go. So
that would be so fun to go. Like, okay, the best days in school are when the art docent came. Everyone knows this,
right?
And they like came with their little portfolio, and they're like, "Look at art." And then you like were like, "Oh my gosh, art! I want to do that. I want to go to a school and be like, hey guys, I want to talk to you about design. Let's like do some cool stuff."
We do it from we do a K through 12, and then we also do a junior college one as well, where we get to go out there with our students and some of the other fellow professors, and we do these like kind of design takeovers with them as well. That is networking, right? It's great.
It's networking for the future.
Networking.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, what's our homework? And then chat. I'm going to help you all cheat.
Look up design-related events near you and RSVP to one. 90% of these are going to be free. Try the meetup thing first off and see if there's anything at all in that zone. Prepare a short "Who are you and what do you do?" intro for on-the-spot networking. I think that's the best thing to have, that little elevator pitch, which is great. And then visit a co-working space. We had a WeWork down the street, and a friend had a free pass. I walked in there, whatever. I struck up so many conversations with people because I'm a new face, and a lot of those people are there daily. So they're like, "Hey, who are you? What brings you here?" and everything. Made like 3 immediate contacts. So that's my homework. How do we get them to cheat a little bit on that?
Here's
what do we got?
All right, here's a cheat sheet. Look for a Create Now event, events.adobe.com. There are events happening all over the place. And so if you haven't ever been to one, you can go to events.adobe.com. Look at this. There's so much. So Adobe Summit is happening in Las Vegas, which I'm so mad because I'm there the day after Summit this year. I love Adobe Summit. It's so fun. So Adobe Summit is happening. If you want to go to that, it's wild, and it's in Vegas, which is fun. Max London is coming up, so keep your eye out on Max London, April 24th. Gonna be a big day. And right after that, Nick, what are we gonna be after April 24th, which would be 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th? On April 30th, what will we be bringing everyone from Adobe Max London?
The 5th anniversary of Adobe Office Hours?
That's probably true. That's probably true. So it'll probably be our 5th anniversary right after that. We'll be celebrating kind of a new version of the show. And we also will be giving you the 9th takes on everything that happened at Adobe Max London. We're like it's on a Thursday.
9 1/4.
Yeah, it's on a Thursday. So we're like so far behind on that, but we will bring you all the information. And then you also can register for Max next year, October 28th to 30th. Adobe Max is how I got started with Adobe, how I made the connections.
Same here.
How we are here in office hours. It is all goes back to
we are
Adobe
just
Max.
showing all the right things. Like this is we got receipts.
We got receipts. So check us out. There's a find upcoming events. And look, regardless of where you are, you can filter by the cities that events are happening. You can see the series, which is mostly just Create Nows. And you can look at all of the different events that are happening. So we got Kansas City coming up. We've got Kansas City coming up. It looks like it's only Kansas City.
A lot of stuff happening in Kansas City, guys.
Yeah. I think that this is, hold on. I think that this is a Max London watch party.
Oh, what a good idea.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It might be. So they're doing...
Maybe there's...
Wes! Chat. chat. If you have not met Wes is one of my favorites. He does 3D and just joined the evangelism team. Go check out. He's done a couple live streams. Wes is so fun and does incredible work to show you how to do 3D. So side project, network and meet people, but also hang out with Wes and learn some 3D.
There you go. Best of both worlds.
Second, here's your little cheat sheet. Again, why do I keep talking about other things in between these? Okay. The homework was to write a bio. Ask a friend to write it for you. I find this is way easier. I get stressed and it's so hard to write about myself because I'm like insecure and have imposter syndrome. And I'm just like, Andrew is here. Thanks for my bio. So please ask your friend, ask your parents, ask a colleague, ask someone in one of your new networks and your Slack channels that you've created and built into to write a little bit about you. And it gives you a new, fresh take about how other people see you, as well as gives you just good content to put on bios. Next, when you are going, what is this referring to? When you're visiting a co-working space and striking up a conversation with someone new. Ask about them first and talk about you later. So
that goes for everything. Yes. That goes for any new introduction, right? Yep. Don't be that person. That's like all me.
Yeah. And somebody talking about it being fake or like that networking feels fake, just be actually interested in them.
Yeah.
And if you're not interested in them, then don't be. Then you don't have to go talk to anybody. If there's somebody that like you don't love their work or like it's not your favorite and you don't really like resonate with what they have to say, that's fine. There's someone at the conference or at the meetup that is for you that you can go and be interested and actually go in and be like, okay, what are you working on? Oh, that's so cool. Instead of going in and being like, wow, that sounds interesting. What are your favorite fonts? Like actually be interested if you want to talk, and it's fine. You don't have to talk to everybody. There's no one telling you that you have to do anything. Find someone you're interested in and then talk to them and talk about them first.
Perfect.
All right.
Love it.
Conferences. Nick, my bread and butter, my favorite thing in the whole world. If I could go to a conference every day, I would die. 1, 2, I would be so excited.
I beg to differ a little only because there's been like 3 in the last 3 weeks.
I was gonna say, Nick's been to
I'm a little overloaded.
So
but
let's talk about
gosh.
conferences.
Yeah. These are the best. These are the large ones. We're talking about the ones that kind of like give you so many great opportunities. You can truly expand your reach, learn from a lot of the top experts because you're going to have all those different sessions and great things. But then again, everyone is there to meet people and you never know what potential new person could open a door for you in the future. So keep that in mind. Why it matters. 60% of attendees at any conference have most likely said that they have left with some valuable new contacts. And we'll talk a little bit about like the how later, but just yesterday, I think my LinkedIn gained 7 to 8 new people immediately. And it was so great because it was just a quick little way to do that at a conference I was at yesterday. I love that. It's fantastic because again, that's where else could you have met these people if you did not like intersect with them in that physical world?
Yep.
And lastly, many designers do land some kind of a gig or opportunity, referral, you name it, at these events. So sometimes when I've needed that perfect referral, and it might not be someone that's like already I know, but it's a new person I've met and they have some tangible kind of thing to the person I'm trying to kind of get to, that becomes a bridge. And it's so awesome to have those things. And again, it's all free and it's all happens like naturally. That's the best part about it.
Nick, can you pull your mic away just a little bit?
Yeah.
It's just clipping just a tiny bit. Okay.
There we go.
So this is great. And here's my favorite thing about conferences. You're fired. My favorite thing about conferences is to go to conferences that are like not design conferences. Mm-hmm. So I live across the street from a convention center, which anytime they have anything that I can like get a ticket to,
I remember that.
I'm like, yeah. And so I'll go to like bridal shows. I'll go to Home and Garden and I'll just walk over there and I'll just talk to people and like hang out and go to the different booths. And there's a bunch of different businesses there. And you can go and be like, oh yeah, no, I just do graphic design. I don't have a home or a garden. I'm not getting married, but like I just wanted to come over and like see people and network and see what kind of businesses are happening locally. And it can be a great opportunity to network and meet new people. So go to something. If there's a free event, just go to it and try to talk to people and see what happens.
That's fantastic. And, you know, some of these do cost, so it's a little bit of an investment at a certain point.
Yep.
But I think we've given you a way to kind of work up to this if the budget isn't quite there yet.
Yep.
So,
all right, where to start? We got a bunch of different options for you. Adobe Max, we got that. You can go to Max London if you're in London. Is anyone watching from London? Any Europe people here? Yeah. Let us know. AIGA, great conference, good talks. AIGA has good speakers usually. CropCon, I think one of our favorites shared. We love CropCon. It's happening in
April, the end of April, last weekend of April, and that is in Austin, Texas. So,
Austin, Texas.
And we credit office hours for the good old Crop. So, yeah, there you go.
Like probably the sponsor of this show existed.
Yeah, yes, unofficial.
Yeah,
sorry, Matt.
Without CropCon, it wouldn't happen. So, CropCon's a great one. You can check it out, cropcons.com. Brand new conference. This is if you are like a person who's just starting out in design and want to see what design can be.
Ooh, the aspiring world of
brand
your
new
career.
is like the things that Armin and Bryony do. So if you've ever watched or looked at Brand New or Under Consideration, the blog, like you see that like sometimes the comments are crazy and they like rate different like logos and rebrands and stuff. This is like the best. It's the best. Like it is the best of the best. This is going to the Oscars of design. It is so good. So if you want like a designer's experience, Brand New Conference is the one that I always recommend. If you want like a intimate connection, CropCon, AIGA is like if you want to be inspired, Max is if you want to learn, and then the last one, Creative South, which is coming up in a couple weeks.
Party down south.
Party down south, yeah.
If Brand New is the Oscars.
If Brand New is the Oscars, we are the Razzies. Yeah. So Creative South is a great one that happens early in April. CreativeSouth.com. You can go if you want to. I'll be there. I'm hosting. It's going to be awesome. And that is a place to just build community and make friends. Make friend. You're only making one friend at Creative South.
Yeah, I made one last year.
Only one.
So good. That's all I needed.
Make friend. So you can come hang out for that. All great opportunities to get started. So Nick, of course we have homework. We are. We're how much? We have more. We're like just over halfway on our slides, chat. We have a lot to show you. Okay, so Nick, homework. Let's talk about it.
Super simple. Look for student tickets. Look for any kind of discount.
No.
Wait, what?
Nick. Oh,
what happened?
No.
Did you mess with my slides?
I overrode your slides, and now it's just...
These are the cheat ones.
It's just
the
cheat.
Let's see. Hold on. I don't have the... Oh, look at the beauty of Adobe Express. I'm already updated.
Did you update it?
No, I'm updated with your changes. So,
okay.
I could try. You want me to try a undo?
Try to because it'll do.
Oh, no.
It'll change.
No,
it'll change all the other things I did. Okay,
I'll try to remember. But go ahead.
Yeah, let's do this. I'll give you the cheat sheet, and Nick try to guess what the homework was.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. All right, cool.
The cheat sheet 1. Look for student tickets. What do you think the homework was here?
Oh gosh. Buy in advance. I can't even remember.
Yeah, I think that the homework was to like find a conference and plan one out for the next year. And then the advice for the cheat sheet was look for student tickets, especially for like conferences that are further out in the year. Yeah. You can get student tickets a lot of times.
I can't believe we are only... find an upcoming conference and set a goal to attend.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. Next one, homework. Nick, what is the homework?
Research the speaker list. Connect with one or two of those speakers on LinkedIn before the event.
Yes, and my homework cheat sheet is to send a message to a speaker to connect. If you send like a DM, like look at their work and stuff, send a DM to be like, hey, so excited to see you talk. And even saying something about their work or something inspiring or something
a little
that you want
customization,
to learn.
right?
Yeah, something that maybe like, oh, I really hope that you talk about this project that you did. I really hope you talk about whatever. And then maybe at the conference, there's a Q&A and you can ask that question and they'll be like, oh, you're the one that sent me the message. And it just creates that like real in-life connection.
Yeah. Then the last one there was if attending in person, print a business card or have a digital portfolio ready to share.
Yes. And my cheat sheet is just do this. Popple. I cannot recommend Popple enough.
Popple. Amazing, right?
It's great.
Right there in your wallet. This is Popple if you guys have seen it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, we need to... There we go.
There's the digital thing.
Let me connect with Nick Longo.
It actually goes in your wallet, which is awesome. You can actually have it be on your lock screen. So if you are at a conference, it's right there ready to go. And there you go. You can select exactly what you want. And then the best thing is if someone says, yes, I want to download Nick's contact information, it will say, would you like to send yours back to Nick? So it's that perfect little exchange there, which is good. I haven't had a business card in maybe 6-7 years.
Yep.
So, and you never run out of them.
Popple's great.
That's great.
So somebody asking, has anyone ever been to Comic-Con? I used to go to Comic-Con every year. I was Comic-Con staff for a few years.
I used to go as well. That was a great, God, back in the day when it was all real. It was just comics and toys. Now it's everything else.
There was a golden age of Comic-Con. Yes. And then other ones that you can do is Lightbox Expo, which I think is coming up soon. It's in Pasadena. It's for illustrators and it is incredible. I went last year and it was so good to see everything that's happening with illustration and art. And I think Wade, have you exhibited before at, Lightbox? I think you have. But also, Wade, please come back to Lightbox. Let's hang out. I will try to go. And
did we find out if Wade speaks French?
Wade said he speaks a little French.
That means he does.
Yes.
Come on, Wade. Who are you killing?
All right. So moving on, let's talk about LinkedIn. And Nick,
okay.
I'm just going to let you go because this is your zone. Tell us about LinkedIn.
Man,
what's the
it is your digital business card. This is your platform that works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Fantastic to be a part of. I think, again, if you're posting anywhere, obviously post on LinkedIn as well. Any LinkedIn user will tell you they consistently see 3 times more opportunities than the people who don't use it and engage on a daily basis. The algorithms show that if you do engage there a lot, you are risen to the top of different lists and different search results. So please do that. LinkedIn post with images get 2 times more engagement, which is awesome. Now there's a new thing that text-only posts are even doing better sometimes. So these trends fluctuate a lot. They also love that they are using the Instagram stories, Reels, TikTok format of the 16:9 portrait. It feels weird in LinkedIn's world because it doesn't kind of fit well, but that makes it stand out even more. So there's some really good tips on that. But recruiters are 10 times more likely to connect with candidates who have a complete profile. They can see if the profile has a check mark, meaning LinkedIn has said, this is complete. Like you've covered everything that we recommend you do. So recruiters won't even look at it unless your profile is at that complete status. So make that a goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Where to start? Where do we start with LinkedIn?
I will tell you one thing. I can probably even put it into our Discord when we're done, or I'll put a link. But we have a whole boot camp for LinkedIn that will help get you here. And the first thing you want to do is optimize your profile. Strong headline, strong summary, and portfolio links. Totally the best way to go. And the cool thing too is you can pop in multimedia in your work experience and it can have a little PDF or a website link right there. So imagine if your resume now was living and breathing and it had clickable links and it had multimedia images throughout the thing. That's what LinkedIn allows you to do. Engage in groups. That's one of the best things they tell you to do, particularly in anything that is a field that you are in, but also a field you want to be in. So you better believe I'm in every food and beverage group and every company that does that, because again, I'm part of the small group of designers that are in there where everybody else is a business owner in the beverage and food world. So if I want clients, that's a perfect opportunity to do that as well. Post regularly, make sure you're doing that as much as possible, and connect strategically. You want to make sure it's personalized. You want to make sure it's kind of just nice and easy. You don't want to be asking for anything in an initial kind of like connection note. It's just I admire your work and everything. Would love to chat with you one day, opening up my networking to more folks.
Yep, 100%.
Perfect stuff.
So we've got homework for you.
Yeah.
Nick, what's our homework in chat? I don't have a cheat sheet for you on this one, so I might just have to give you some cheats. But Nick,
let's talk live, like right on the spot
sheets.
ones.
Yes.
All right, here we go. And you're gonna have to have them after each one of these.
All right.
Number 1, update your LinkedIn profile with a recent project or a strong summary. So what's the cheats on that one?
The cheat
what would you
here is to take something that you have from the past and post it on LinkedIn. If you haven't posted on LinkedIn, then the people on LinkedIn don't know that it's old. I have probably 7 rebrands and projects and campaigns that I've done that I just haven't been looking for new work or I've been busy, that I sit on a hard drive. And if you aren't ready for new work, sometimes just let the project sit and then wait for it.
Interesting.
And so when I'm ready
Yeah.
and need more, then I have stuff in the hopper that I'm not like putting out content and showing work and being like, sorry, I can't do anything else. Just if you have something old, no one knows that it's old.
Okay,
Just
I
take
love
something
that.
from Behance and post it over. Why not?
Yeah, you're right. If it hasn't been on LinkedIn already, it's new,
Yep.
right? All right. Send connection requests to 5 designers or creative directors that you admire. Let's stick with the creative director one.
Yep.
I love that one. How would you cheat that?
Okay. Here's some people. Dylan Menges. I'm thinking Rich TU is one. I'm thinking Alex Center. I'm trying to think of like people who are creative directors that you could follow. I'm thinking, why not? Amy and Jen, Chutzpah Design, sure. Nick Longo.
Hey, and Andrew Hockrattle.
Oh,
Go for it.
connect me on LinkedIn. Let's do it.
Don't forget, too, if there's a dream company you want to look for, you go to their webpage, hit people, you will get a list of the folks that are there and their title. And if you're not connected to them, you might have a bridge. You might have someone that can be the liaison. So give it a shot.
And Nick, what's our third piece of homework?
Comment on at least 3 posts in design-related LinkedIn groups this week.
Just do it.
Just do it. There's no cheat on that.
No cheat. Just do it.
I'm so sorry. We're asking you to push a button 3 times.
Yeah, you can push so many buttons, chat. You're gonna be
How
fine.
dare we?
Yeah, you'll be fine. All right, so Adobe Communities. Oh my gosh.
So many.
Yes. Can you talk for a second? I need to
Yeah. Yeah, go for it. We have 3 here that are great. Designers featured on Behance see at least 5 times the increase in job inquiries. Like I said, recruiters and headhunters are using Behance religiously now to find that exact talent. So if you're on there and you get featured, that's a beautiful way to kind of rise to the top. So one of those things, shoot for trying to get featured, tag the apps that you use for that project. That's a great way to go. Number 2, the Adobe live streams. Obviously, this is fantastic. You get to interact with other people on chat. You get to interact with the experts and the industry guests that we bring on as well. And lastly, these community engagements lead to collaborations and mentorships, opportunities, you name it. Like we're a perfect example of that. You want to collaborate with people, you've got to learn how to start networking in a lot of these different ways.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, big homework. Here is like a recap of your homework, chat. And Nick, I think we're going to hit this like perfectly.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at us.
Yes. And someone saying Hutch Music and Video is asking about work-life balance. We do have an episode about work-life balance. If you just search on YouTube, Adobe Live or Adobe Office Hours. Work-life balance. We have an episode all dedicated to that in chat. If someone can find that and post it in the YouTube chat, that would be great. I know that we've done it in the past and we have a whole episode that you can probably sit and listen to because I'm guessing that we don't do a lot of demo there. So you can just turn it on while you drive and hopefully get some good insight onto work.
We got to do another one too. That'd be a great one to revisit.
All right.
So here's your homework.
Update your Behance portfolio with at least one new project. Just do it.
Why not?
Easy.
Why
Nick,
not?
what next?
Next, attend an Adobe Live session. You're here already. You've smashed one column of the homework, but you have to participate in chat.
Yes.
So if you haven't said a word, we need to see it right now.
Yeah,
Get it
everybody in chat.
Tell us what you're going to do. Or put your Behance profile.
Yes, and
that
come back next week. Even though next week is going to be a pre-recorded video, which is not a bad thing. I say that like it's a bad thing. Chat, we have fun with those, right? Okay, chat, let us know if we like those or don't like those or how we feel about those. Like, are we like neutral to those?
5 tangents in one thing.
I feel like we still have fun. I feel still like we still have fun. Usually we hop into chat and stuff.
Totally.
I'll be in New York next week working on some stuff, so we need to do a little pre-record. But I do have a new setup that is mobile, so we might end up getting office hours on the road at some point soon.
Hey, we got to do that.
If you hate pre-recorded episodes, just hold on because we might be coming to you live from some crazy spots.
Dude, we both have all remote now. This is fantastic.
Right?
Okay.
There's potential.
Perfect.
There's potential.
Last one.
Hit me.
Reach out to one designer on Behance whose work inspires you. Give them a note, give them a love, do whatever it takes because you never know. It could be the next big opportunity waiting for you.
Yep. And we have 1 minute for final thoughts. So be consistent. Networking isn't just a one-time thing. It's all building relationships over time. Yes, over time. Give more than you take, support others, share their work, and offer value before asking for help. This is what Nick was talking about that bank analogy. You want to invest into the relationships. And Nick, what's our last one?
Stay authentic. People connect with real passionate designers. It's not the polished resumes and all the other things. And hopefully going back to the very beginning and someone saying it feels fake, it feels phony, as long as you do I think these three are the best things and you will not have a problem.
Yep. Cool. So thanks for joining us on Office Hours. Next week, we will be with you, just in a little different format. Elizabeth saying, as I prefer live for the live interactions, but pre-recorded works well for podcasts. I agree. And next week will probably be a podcast episode as well. So we'll be talking, and we'll be moving a little bit more to that format, chat. So hopefully you like it. Hopefully you have your fill of demos and product interactions on some other of our community shows, because we like to talk to you and give you advice. And yes, Office Hours saying road hours. Maybe we'll do an Office Hours road trip sometime.
Yeah.
When it's conference season and Nick and I are kind of bouncing around. So
on the road again.
Thanks everybody. Back to our outro. Enjoy the music, and we will see you next week for Office Hours. Bye. All right, bye everybody. I forgot to turn Nick's mic off, but enjoy the music, I guess, until I turn it off right now. Bye.